Hi everybody, it's Jill Blanchett with Green Thumb Stampers. I've got my fourth and final card for the Sunshine and Smiles kit that we got in February. That's what the kit looked like. This is my fourth card. Got a little shaker card going on. I'm going to set that aside and I will get started showing you how to make that. I have a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5. You can score it or fold it at 4 1/4. Crease on the fold. And I have a piece of plain white, basic white cardstock. You can stamp your sentiment on it. I don't really know what I wanted this card to be, so I did not do any kind of sentiment. I will have to figure that out when I go to use it. So I'm going to stick that on the inside. And now we are ready to work on the outside. This card's going to use the pink card from the kit. And I'm going to cut that down. Let me see it. Let me measure it real quick because I think I cut it twice. Cut it down more after. Nope, I went 5 1/4 by 4. Thought I went smaller than that. So I'm going to get my regular trimmer in because my little one doesn't go to 5 1/4. So I'm going to go at 4 1/8. And I didn't probably press hard enough. I didn't go through them both. 4 1/8. I'll turn it and do it at 4 inches this time. Then that should make both layers same size. Evenly cut in the right same spots as well. Then I want 5 1/4, so we'll turn it and go 5 3/8. Make sure they're back together. And 5 1/4. All right, so now we've got both layers the same size. I also have a piece of window sheet paper, plastic, that I'm going to glue onto the front piece, the piece with the plaid on it. And they do have a ton of static, so depending what you're going to put inside yours for a shaker card, you may need to put a little bit of your embossing buddy on it to keep the static down. I'm going to go ahead and glue this on to the back of the top layer. And it looks like I might have it a tad bit big. And the static is pulling this down. Well, we're just going to go with that. And then I will just trim this excess off because it's not going to show. Doesn't matter how evenly it's cut. It is stuck there, so all right, so now we've got the front part of our flap done, and that's going to go over here like this. But first, I'm going to flip it back over and use some foam adhesive strips that I have here, and we're just going to put them around the perimeter of the hole. Let me show you. So I took the adhesive off, and I'm just going to put it around the edge of the hole. Not too far in because I don't want to have too much space. Then that's going to require us to have more shaker material. But you also don't want it too close to the hole or you might see it. So I'm just putting that around the hole. And then I need another piece to complete the hole. And make sure you get it up there good, like good and close, so that you don't lose your material, especially if you've got a very, very fine item in there, glitter or something gets pretty fine, it will fall out that little hole too. All right, so now we've got our adhesive on. Depends also how much, what you're going to put in there, how thick it is. You may need to double layer that, but we are just going to do a single layer. And I've got some, let me show you guys. I made my material that I'm going to put in there. Let's see, I stamped, can you see that? I stamped my little tiny flower stamp on shrinky dink material, and then I went and I had colored them all, and then I cut them all out. And so I have little flowers that match the stamp set that are little shrinky dinks. So we're gonna sprinkle that in there. And I also have, I got a lot left over from the first card. I didn't put as much in there. I took a couple desiccant packets that my friend gave me that she gets from some items that she purchases for her store. And then I dyed them. So let me dump it into my hand. So you can see the little desiccant beads. I've also dyed them. I dyed them green and balmy blue and blushing bride. And then I also have a supply of mango melody ones that I currently have, or I already had created. And I had made those at another time, so I have those in another little baggie. So you can make these in whatever color re-inkers that you have, and then use them as bling on your projects. Use them for shaker cards, because some of them have bigger, the little desiccant beads inside are a little bigger. And this is what I'm talking about, silica gel, silica packets. They're just clear little beads inside there. These little things are clear. I put some of them in a little container, like a divided tray like this one. Get at the Dollar Tree, get a bunch of them for $1.25. I shake some of these in there, then I squirt a little bit of my re-inker on the top, let it sit for a while, then I add some water, then I let it sit again, and then they suck up a little bit of the re-inker. I did a Finally Friday video on that if you want to go to my YouTube channel. Oh, this one looks a little big for what I'm trying to do. And you can look under, I believe it's on my Tips and Techniques playlist. And you can see how I did that. And so also when you're making a shaker card, you may want to take some of your embossing buddy powder. I've been thinking of getting one of those little brushes that disperses the powder, but I haven't done it yet. And then that way you could use it and go around the edge here, and so it will stop anything from sticking, because these little guys like to stick. So that's all I did there. Fill that up with your little shaker goods. You can use sequins, any kind of glitter and little trinkets and stuff would work. And again, I think that one's kind of big. I'm picking out these really big ones that would be good for a like card bling, but I don't necessarily want them that big in here because it's going to be too big for my shaker card. But with that being sticky, now we're going to stick the top on, or the back. This is the back actually. I'm going to stick that on, stick it down. I can't get rid of that little piece of sun. There we go. So now we've got our card all filled with shaker pieces. Looks like I got little flinklets in that one, but there we go. And I'm going to trim this down because I did not get it laid back down there good. Actually, I don't want to mess with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and I'm just going to trim off this piece here because it's the underside and you're not going to see it. The scissors only want to go so far. There. All right, so now you can't tell. We got all our shaker goodies in there, and some of my colors did come out a little dark for what I wanted. See, one of those jumbo ones is stuck there now with my flower. I will mess with that later. We will now adhere that to our card front, and we can just put a bunch of adhesive on the back of it. If you want to make sure that, I'll show you. After you get it on where you want it, you can come through with some dimensionals or some more of this tape here because it's the same height. And just stick this under your corners. And then that will keep it tacked down. Just do a couple and show you. It keeps it tacked down now. It keeps it up, standing up. Whereas this one kind of flops around, and so I would tack those corners down a little bit. All right, let's keep going here. There we go. Then I am going to I got a sun. I already did the sun. So I heat embossed that with the mango and clear embossing powder. Or not mango, I use crushed curry. And I'm going to glue that down partially up in the corner. Part on the card. And a little bit of it hanging over. Not a whole lot. So I got that up in the corner, and then I'm going to take just a little tiny bit of adhesive and put it there. And I think my tape ran out. Yep. Put that little tiny bit up here. And then stick it down. So that will give the sun that extra dimension of popping it up. Then I've got a piece of the grass again. And we're going to do the grass. I want it just to come off the edge and go a little bit up over our shaker. Like so. If we went flat, it It might be up way too high, but you can do it up flat if you want. I'm going to go ahead and cut the little bit of this off the bottom. Give me a better feel for where I'm going to go with it and where I need my adhesive. Okay, I'm going to go like that, and it'll be easier to cut that little piece off. So now I'm going to put my adhesive on the back of my grass. Stick that onto the pink. And we can nip the end off. Struggling. The struggle is real today. And I do definitely want to put that tape under those corners. I know that for certain right now. I'm only going to do 2 and show you, but I want to put it on all 4 because it's really quite bendy. There we go. And then we're going to put a turtle on here. Let me get all my goods down to the bottom. We're going to put a turtle on there, and we're going to pop him up on the front. Kind of put him down here a little bit. Little turtle. And then I have the flowers here. Oops, nope, they're right in front of me. I got an extra flower. And then I just cut them apart. So I've got like 2 I got 2, 3. We're going to put 2 down here. We'll put 2 up here. Trim off all those sharp edges, and then we'll put 3 down here. And I'm just going to put the adhesive on the bottom of these stems so that they like stay in the grass. I probably want to move that down to cover up that plastic there. Then these 2 I'm going to pop up. And I'll put a little more adhesive on their stems, try and stick those down. I'm going to put those down here. Oh, did I? Yes, I peeled that off. Stick those down. And then my third set, I'm going to glue flat here. And then, like I said, I didn't get enough, stick them on there to glue that sun down. So now you can put something on the inside if you want. And my shrinky dinks are sticking, but you get the idea. I thought that they turned out really cute. I don't know that I'd go so dark with my balls next time here. I didn't realize that the green was going to be so green. But it is what it is, and I like it. So there you go. There's our last card. If you make any of these, please post them on my Creativity in Bloom page so that we can see how yours turned out, because I'm sure you'll do yours a little different than mine, but if you don't, still post them. We'd love to see them. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will be back again with next month's kit.